Inside Python, yesterday we gone through how we can create your own modules and how you can import the predefined existing modules. So I am importing today the math module, okay, from math import star. So it's mean I am implementing the pre-existing module. Okay, this math module is available inside the Python and I am going to use that module for doing my task. For example, SQRT, okay, square root, okay, this will calculate the square root, and the square root of 4 is 2, okay, and then the ceil value, CEIL, okay, ceil value, let's suppose I am entering 10.1, okay, now you are getting the 11, okay, now it is converting points after point, it is converting it into the appropriate integer, okay. So this one is the helper with ceil. Let's suppose you are getting this much amount of value, you are getting 10.1, now you want to convert it into the next value, that is the 11. So predefined function is available, that is called ceil. Okay, one more is there, the floor. Okay, the floor, very simple, the very small module, FLOOR, floor. Okay, I am entering this time 10.1. okay, so 10.1, when I do the floor, then I am getting 10. What is the meaning of this ceil and floor? Ceil will give you the next value, the floor will give you the exact value, and it will remove all these point values. Okay, sometime the requirement is this one and the sometime the requirement is this one. Okay, let's suppose 10.6. so now it is again giving me the 10. Okay, so floor and ceil. So there is one more, okay, fabs, FABS, fabs. Okay, let's suppose I am getting the data into 10.6 into 10.6. okay, now I want to convert this negative to the positive. So converting the negative to the positive, I have this fabs. Okay, fabs is a function which is available, which will convert your negative value into the positive value. Okay, I think there will be one more round should be there, 10 point, let's suppose 7. Okay, now this time round is a function which will convert 10.7 to 11. Okay, but 10.4 to 10, so round. Okay, sometime you have to use this, sometime you have to use this, sometime that you have to use this ceil value. Choice is again your, it's depend upon the totally problem statement to problem statement, what exactly that you want to do. You want to check it out, what are the the methods, the various function available inside math, so you can take the help of math. Okay, so okay, first you have to import math. Okay, now help of math. Now you can check it out. These are the the function which are available inside the math module. So you can read it out the documentation here nicely, and let's suppose ACOS, okay, ACOS. So you can read it out the documentation, what is the functionality of this. So inside math module, the everything is available. Okay, GCD, okay, hypot, okay, is finite, something like this. Okay, just if you want to use anything, log value, power value, sine value, okay, so you can use this help method. Okay, you can use this help. So help and passing the module name, you will get the complete information about that module. Any module, let's suppose I am import time module and I want to check it out, what are the the inside time, what exactly is there, then you can use the help. Inside time module, these are the function which are available. We hardly use one or two function, but there are n number of function and it is impossible to keep remember each function. Okay, each function. So what you can do, let's suppose you are making a program for the scientific calculation. At that time you need the mathematic values. So how I can come to know what exactly what function is fitting on my appropriate the problem statement. I know for the mathematics, I know this one is a module which is available. So what I can do, I simply just press help and press math, and I will thoroughly read it out, and which function I feel, okay, this one is the function that I want to use, radians, okay, sine, okay, sine h. So you can use this function. Okay, so it is impossible, don't try to cram each and everything, because it is impossible. There are a number of function inside modules and it is impossible to keep remember each and everything. But yes, now as we reach into the the up to the more than mid of your course, and inside your mid of course now you keep remember n number of things like split, like length, okay, clear. Automatically some method which which we daily generally use into our into the coding, automatically keep remember. So don't try to cram each and everything. If you start cramming each and everything, then the things become very complicated. I had a student, he was trying to keep remember each and everything, okay, and one day he come to me and said, sir, I am frustrated from this Python. I smiled and replied him, this would be happen, I know this would be happen for you, because I already told you don't cram each and everything. He tries to cram each and every method, start from the end, but one day he become very confused. So always don't try to don't do this mistake. This is mistake, not okay. So I think more than sufficient. This one is a math module. Okay, this one is a math module. You can use according to your requirement. If you want to check it out how many functions are available inside math module, you can just simply take the help of this math module. Now, important module, that is called random module. Okay, random. Now, when I say when I use this random word, automatically picture came inside my random values. Okay, random values. So this one is the important one. Okay, inside your Python examination, they ask question on 1 or 2 question from this math module. Okay, they also ask question from the random module. Okay, there would be 1 or 2 question which are belong to the random module, and there would be 1 or 2 question that would be belong to your math module. Okay, they don't ask very complicated the function. They are simply let's suppose seal, floor, fabs. They stuck over this. Okay, but they can ask. It's not surety. In my examination, I got a question, I think only for the seal value. Okay, they give me this and the some value, something like this, and after that they said we are performing the seal function over here. Please select the output for the same. Okay, something like this. Okay, something like this, and they use this. Okay, please enter, and they left like this. Fill in the blanks, and option, they give me the option. Okay, I have to tell what exactly the value is there. So they normally ask the simple one. Don't worry about it. They don't go into this much amount of depth. Okay, so please one time I will give you the suggestion. If you really want to attempt the Microsoft examination, please read it out. Not try to remember each and everything. Just go through each and everything. Automatically inside examination they will give you the option, and automatically you will select that option. Okay. Now the next module is called random module. Okay, the random module. For importing the random module, first that I have to import the random from random. Okay, import import star. Okay, so I am importing this random module. Now we know it very well. What is the meaning of from random import star? No need to explain this point, because yesterday class we each and everything in discuss in great detail. So I am importing this random module. So very simple. Random mean that generate the random values. Okay, random mean to generate the random value. So how I can generate? Just imagine the scenario. Just simply I call the random. Okay, just I call the random. Now it is giving me the random value. Again I am calling it. It is giving me the random value. Okay, again I am calling it. Is giving me the random value. Again I call it. It give me the random value. Okay, so keep this funda into the mind. When I use a random, okay, when I use a random, the value is between 0 and 1. Okay, value is always between 0 and 1. It always generate the value between 0 and 1. It will never generate 1 value. It will never generate 0 value. It always generate the value that is something like this, 0.7724, something like this. Okay, never include 1, never include 0. This is random. Okay, this is random. Okay, there are other functions as well. So I give you for I in a range of 5. Okay, I in a range of 5. What I am doing? Print of random. Now it will generate the random values, random 5 values. When I use this random, it's mean it will never use 0, it will never use 1. Okay, so it will never use 0, it will never use 1. It will always generate the value between 0 and 1. That's it. Very simple. Okay, so now the next is sir, I want to generate between 1 to 100. Okay, I want to generate between 1 to 100. Same thing. Very simple. So for this kind of problem statement, what I have to use over here, the method is rand int. Okay, rand int between 1 and 100. Okay, between 1 and 100. Now how many random value I want to generate? I want to generate only 5 values. That would be between 1 and 100. It won't be consider 1, it won't be consider 100. Okay, so okay spelling mistake, the rand int, okay, RANDINT. Now it will generate the random values between 1 and 100 always. Okay, always. Now it will never take 1, it will never take 100. Now you can check it out. It will never take 1, it will never take 100. The random, okay, random. Now you can check it out. Okay, now the next is uniform. Okay, next is uniform. The uniform is, now automatically picture would be clear, uniform. Okay, uniform. Okay, now this time I am taking from 1 to 10. Okay, 1 to 10. Now you automatically understand. It will generate, okay, it will generate between 1 and 10 point value, floating value. Okay, floating value, and it will never generate 1, it will never generate 10. Okay, between these two values it will generate the point value. But here it can generate 1 and 100 as well. Now you can check it out. It can generate 1 and 100 as well. But uniform, it will never take 1 and it will never take 10. But here it can take 1 and it can take 100. Okay, as the proof is here. Now it's generate the 100 value. Okay, randomly it can generate anything 1 and 100, that is inclusively. Okay, I can say it 1 and 100 is inclusive, but in the case of uniform, 1 and 10 is not inclusive. It will generate the floating value between 1 and 10. Okay, so this one is the uniform. Now the next one is rand range. Okay, rand range. For example, very simple. The methods are very simple for this. Rand range. Just keep the point into the mind, Range Rover. Okay, rand range. Now I am giving the stepping of 2. So now it will generate the value between 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19 and 100. Okay, up to 100. So the range mean I am specifying the stepping. So when I specifying the stepping, then it will generate the value between 1, 6. Now I am 5, 1, 6. Okay, and then 11. Okay, then it can generate, you know, any another value. Okay, 5, the jump of 5. Now you can check it out. Okay, let me take some little values. So repetition can be there. Okay, because there is only limit of 1 plus 5, 6. Okay, it will always generate between 1 and 5, 1 and 6, because I give the stepping of 5. So when I give the stepping of 3 or 2, it will always generate the value between the odd numbers. Now you can check 5, 9, 3, 7, 2. Okay, when I give the stepping of let's suppose 3, now it will generate the value between 1, 4, okay, 7, that's it. So it will not include 1 or it will not include 10. Okay, in the rand range. Sorry, I am repeating my words. It will include 1 and it can include 10. Okay, in the rand range, yes, it is acceptable, inclusive. Okay, inclusive. Inside rand range, it can be generate 1, it can be generate 10. As you seen, it is generating 1 and it is generating 10. Inside uniform, if I take the uniform, then it won't be generate 1 and 10. Okay, so these are very small things that you have to keep remember. Okay, the next is, inside this there is one more, and that is called choice. Okay, choice. Let's suppose this one is my list. Now I want to find out the lucky number. Sunny. Okay, Sunny. Now Bunny. Okay, now Rani. Okay, now John. Okay, now I want to find out the lucky one. Randomly select anyone. Okay, randomly select anyone. For that, what I have to do? Very simple. choice of L, that's it. Okay, spelling mistake, CHOICE, CHOOICE. Okay, choice. So choice. Now the lucky one is Sunny. Okay, again I am running it. So again it's saying Sunny. Don't worry about it. Again it's saying Sunny, but it should not be something like this. By chance it is selecting the first element, but it would never be happen. Okay, it would never be happen. So now you can check. Okay, now you can check. Now it's selecting the John. Okay, so I want to select one random. Okay, select the random person from this entire class. So please select the one particular person from this entire class. So I want to randomly select. Okay, who will become the leader of this class? I am randomly taking any name. So random Bunny. The Bunny is now the leader of a class. Okay, the next day, okay, I am again select randomly. Again I am getting the Rani. This time the Rani would lead the class. Okay, so this one is John. Something like this. Okay, so this is all about your random module. Very simple. So I am giving you one small assignment. What you have to do, you have to generate the OTP. Okay, you have to generate the OTP. So you have to generate randomly. Let's suppose OTP is something like this. One should be the character. Okay, second should be integer, third should be character, next should be integer. Okay, and again should be random character. Okay, again should random character, anything can be there, and there is again should be integer. Okay, so the first is character, the next is integer, again is character, again is integer, again is character, again is integer. So this can be randomly that you have to generate. Okay, that is your assignment, that you have to generate the random OTPs. Okay, so I am solving this assignment, don't worry about it. So let me try this. So that is my problem statement, that I have to generate the data into this sequence. Very simple. So I know the first is a character. Okay, the first is a character. So for generating the character, what I have to do, rand int. Now I know the ASCII value of the ints between 65 to and add 21 into the 91. Okay, and entirely I am converting it into the CHR that we already discussed. Now you are getting the random is this one. Okay, again what you have to convert, what you have to generate, you have to generate the digit between 1 to 9. Okay, 1 to 9. Now happily 1 to 9. Okay, again you have to generate a random any character. Okay, any character. Now again you have to generate any digit from 0 to 9 or 1 to 9. Okay, so like this. So now I am assigning this into the OTP. Okay, now when I execute it, okay, string not int, might be there is some mistake that I forgot to close the braces. Okay, why? It's because int and string can never be concatenated. So here it is generating int, here it is generating string. When I am concatenating these two, it's generating the error. Okay, so keep this point into the mind. I am again doing the typecasting over here. This one. Okay, now you can check it out. Now I press OTP. Now the OTP is this one, M2J4. Okay, one more time I am running it. Now this time the OTP is something else. Okay, you can check it out, B9L9. Again I am running one more time. Now you are again running the OTP, then you are getting JL, this one. So this type of problem statement that you can implement. Okay, so any question for this very simple module? You can go through by your own. Okay, I will share you the videos for the same. You can go through by your own and try to solve it. Okay, so I am showing you one more use case for using this OTP. Okay, I will show you one module for using this OTP. So let me pause this one. So from random module and from import time, we know it. Okay, from SMTP lib, that is simple mail transfer protocol to send the mails. And again, this one is a empty string, this one is a dictionary. Inside dictionary, one user is Ravi and one user is Sham, and the password is 321 and 123. Okay, I am asking from the user, enter username, and user enter the username. If that username is present inside this, then what I have to ask? I have to ask the password from that user. Okay, user enter the password. Now I think this would not be the code indented. Let me make it code indented. Okay, when user enter the password, if the enter password is valid, then good. Okay, otherwise what I have to do? I have to ask the valid password until he won't supply the valid password. Okay, if he give the valid password, immediately one OTP will be generated. Now you can check it out. This while is with else. Okay, and I already discussed why while we can use with the else. So when he supply the appropriate password, then the OTP will be generated. That OTP, okay, I am printing for just my reference. That OTP will be, and I am recording that time. Okay, I am recording that time when that OTP is generated. Now I am getting the dt.now.minute. Okay, this will return you the minute. Okay, this will return you the minute. What exactly the minute is there? Let's suppose the 40. Then inside this, you will get the minutes, that is 40, with the help of this dt.now.minute, and this module is from date time, import date time. Okay, now inside t you will get the minute. The minute is 40. Okay, and I am printing this minute on the screen just for the reference. Okay, after that what I am doing, I am printing, we are sending OTP on your register email ID. Okay, so with the help of this SPMPL module, okay, this is the predefined statement. You have to exactly follow the same, because you have to, instantiate of this SMTP Gmail protocol, and this one is the port number where exactly it's work. So this is the exactly same statement that you have to follow. Okay, you have to follow. You have to cram this thing. Okay, so then again, this is the method start TTL. Okay, now the session is started. This is start for the session. Now I am logging. Okay, for logging I am passing here my email ID, whatever my email ID. For this reference I made one temporary email ID. Okay, so this one is my temporary email ID, the test python 21. Okay, the test python 21. So I am passing this email ID over here. Okay, from this email ID I am passing over here. Now you have to pass the password for the same. So I am passing the password. Okay, and the password was for this, I written somewhere. Okay, this one is a password for the same. Okay, I am writing the password over here. So this one is a password for the same. Okay, to whom you have sent? From TT, this one, from this email ID, and I have to send the OTP on this email ID, that is nitinverma.cgc@gmail.com. Okay, so I have to send this OTP over here, and then I have to quit this session. Okay, I have to quit this session. So session has been quitted. After sending the email on my register email ID, from this first I have to log in. I have to log in with my Python program on this email ID and password. I have to supply this email ID and then I have to supply this password. Now I am logging inside my email ID. This one is test python 2021. And after that, send mail is a module for the same. Send mail is the method that is available inside this SMTP lib. Here, from which email ID? From this email ID. Okay, from this email ID. Okay, what you have on what email ID, to whom you have to send? I have to send the OTP on this email ID, and what message that you want to send, that is the OTP. This OTP is generated over here. Okay, now this has been send it out. After sending it, please quit the session. Okay, please quit the session. Now the next code is I am asking from the user, enter OTP. Now user will go on his or her email ID and pass the OTP. Okay, now if the time less than is equal to time though minute plus 1, that's mean at what time the OTP has been sent it out? at 43 the OTP, let's suppose send it out within 1 minute. Okay, if now minutes are between +1, that's mean at 40 I have sent the I have let's suppose on 43 I have sent you the OTP. At 43 I have to send you the OTP. Before 44, okay, before 44, okay, I have to write that OTP. If OTP double equals to OTP, whatever OTP you enter, because this OTP you are entering OTP from your email ID, and this one is the OTP, that is the actual OTP which is generated by this program. If both are equal, then what message that I have to print on the screen? Successfully login. Else, what message I have to do? I have to display on the screen that is the wrong OTP. Okay, and now let me check what exactly. Okay, so I think this is inside this and this is inside this. Okay, if the time is more, if this condition, okay, if the time is more, let's suppose you are entering OTP at 45, now like this point, because you get the OTP on 43 and you have only 1 minute to enter the OTP, but you are now entering the OTP, then this condition is false. Okay, if this condition is false, then it will say the session has been expired. Okay, the session has been expired. Okay, the session has been expired, and OTP become the null, for the next reference. Okay, so this one is this else is associated with this if. Okay, with this if user is not valid, then it will simply say you the user is not. The exactly same code that we already discussed into the string section, but what next I did inside else part, where we just simply print the message welcome to my screen or welcome to my email, welcome to my the website. Here I implement the entire scenario. Okay, after passing the appropriate password, what exactly that you have to do? You have to simply ask the OTP. That OTP is sent to your email ID via SMTP module. Okay, with the help of this module. Now the session is started, there is two methods. The one is the login and the second one is send mail. And what message that you have to send to mail? That OTP that you have to send, because this is the OTP, exactly the information that you want to send on the register email ID, and this one is the register email ID, that is the nitinverma.cgc, and within 1 minute you are supposed to send that enter that OTP. If you didn't attempt that OTP, okay, within 1 minute, then it will say you the session has been expired. Okay, I think the overall picture is clear. This is the new code for you guys. The rest of code was the same exactly that we did into the string section. So let me run it. Prior to run it, what exactly that you have to do? So OTP generator.py, I am saving it, done, and then you have to run this code. For running this code, you know very well, cmd py space OTP generator. Okay, so there is one mistake, inconsistent tab or India. Okay, the error is same, don't worry about it. Okay, so users are, the username is Ravi and the password is 123. Okay, so I am entering user Ravi, okay, and the password is 123. Now we send your OTP on the register email ID. Now I am checking my email ID. So let me check whether there is OTP or not. Did I get OTP or not? Okay, now I get OTP. This one is a OTP 9D9L. Okay, 9D9L. So when I pass this OTP over here, okay, 51, it send me the OTP on 51 and now it's 52. Okay, I am trying on 53 for expiring the session. Okay, expiring the session 9D9L. Okay, first let's just try it, 9D9L. Okay, first I am showing you. Now session expired. You can check it out. The session has been expired. Okay, one more time I am executing it. Enter Ravi. Okay, and the password is 123. Let me convert over here 53, because otherwise we won't have enough time to do it, because I didn't deal with the seconds. You can deal with the seconds as well. I deal with only minutes, so you can deal with seconds to handling this situation. Okay, so let's wait for 53. Okay, now this has been sent to my email ID 9D4K, because I shown over here. Okay, you won't shown in the real time scenario, you won't share. Okay, so now let me check the same OTP I generate. Yes, 9D. Now you can check 9D4K. 9D4K that I have to pass over here. 9D4K. Now successfully login. You can check it out, because I enter before 54. If there is 54, then I am not supposed to enter into it, because it send me the email, it send me on 53. I have only enter into this session before 54. If after that I entered, then it will say session expired. Okay, one more time I am running it. Now this time Ravi. Okay, 1 2 3. Okay, now 53. Now time has been 54. Okay, this one is the OTP. This one is the OTP 6L2A. 6L2A. Okay, now it will say me the session is expired. Why so? Because OTP has been sent it at 53, but here is 54. Now the time limit has been crossed. So now you can say session expired, because I didn't handle the seconds. So you guys can handle the second over here. I only deal with the minutes to understand this concept. Now you can check this OTP is getting over here or not. The exactly same OTP that you are getting over here. Okay, this one is 6L2A. Okay, 6L2A. So now I think the picture is clear. So use this OTP into the real time scenario. Okay, I use this OTP into the real time scenario. I will share you code. Okay, I will share this code to you, and make sure if you want to process this, just allow the less secure apps. Then you are supposed to perform this. Otherwise, it will give you the error message. Okay, the session could not be happened if you won't allow that. So you have to allow it, and then you have to perform it from this email ID and this password that you have to supply your own, because this password is going to be changed within 2 after closing this session. So you have to pass your email ID. Okay, you have to pass your email ID, and you have to pass over here your own password, and here you can pass your own email and your again own email, doesn't matter. Okay, because your email, from your email again it is sending message to you, and this one is the message that you want to send, that is the OTP, whatever OTP generated by this random module, and it is sending, and this is the time limit. Okay, I just taking care about the 1 minute. You can taking care about the seconds as well. Okay, if that OTP is equal to OTP, whatever OTP entered by the user, because the user enter OTP come into this particular O. If this O and this OTP both are equal, okay, here I am showing it. Here I am showing it for just for the reference, but in the real time scenario it won't be shown over here. It would be inside your email ID only. The real time scenario, whatever scenario that you follow. Okay, so I am closing this session.